Rahm Emanuel Jew, one of the first things he issued from his desk was a proclamation telling the real history of the North Gate. You know, too many people weren't too happy with that. Now, I'm going to show you, very basically, how most of us have been miseducated, quite easily, right? By letting, rather than convince you, or to try to convince you, I'll have you read it, all right? So now, she's going to a dictionary, she's going to read black to all the adults and the children who must compete in this world.
Black, blacker, blackest. Abbreviation, I guess, that stands for. BLK. Number one, being of the darkest achromatic visual value.
Now, stop. Now, a scholar would automatically recognize the flaw. A one who understands orthology would immediately recognize that she violated. But I know it's because of the training, right? Now, I want you to do it again. Speak louder in the camera, because remember that you're making history.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
Black, adjective.
Now you're talking.
There we go.
Now you're talking. First rule in linguistics, this is all around the world, is that you must place the word in its proper matrix, which means womb or part of speech. It's mother, it's etymon. When you violate that rule, you're already considered either uneducated or incompetent, combination of the two. When you go down, I'm gonna cut through the chase. When you go down, you will go to the etymon, and the etymology would be what you call the square brackets. And it'll have ME, which means Middle English. Do you understand? These are things that you look for as a standard. Pay attention to this, baby, because this is how you're gonna read, all right?
Right.
All right? Always look for the square brackets, and that's called the etymology. And then look at the letters, and it'll say ME. Now for the children, so you can properly read, go to the appendix and you put a timeline on it. Are we clear? All scholars are trained to do that. And you will find that it's 1100 to 15. Are we clear? So now, if some scholar comes, tells your baby, the ancient black gods of Egypt, you know they're lying. And you'll save your babies. But if you don't know that, you buy into it and take on the spell. Right? Because the word does not go past 1100 on the planet called Earth. That's the difference between people who can read and people who cannot. Are we clear? We won't go any further, but I want you to go just beneath that, and I want you to recognize what you see as the word morphs. And remember, as we talked, right? As a compound word. All right, read what you see. It's in the dictionary. Understand? Go ahead, continue.
Black or more.
Now, is that two words or is that one word?
Two.
Express its structure. Black dot a dot more. All right, read.
Noun.
Noun. So that means a person, place, thing, or idea, right? All right, now continue to read.
Any dark-skinned person, especially an African Negro. Earlier, black more.
And then they separate the black, don't they?
Yeah.
And it's all an even case, isn't it?
Correct.
And the more is capitalized, isn't it?
Correct.
Grammatical correction. So which one is the identity of these people who think they're black and Negroes?
More.
Is it in the dictionary?
Yeah.
Why is it an issue with these people that continue to claim to be somebody that they're not before the civilized world, get rejected, and accuse the civilized world of racism when race is the human species, which means they not only can't read, they only know what things mean. So in the world, they're called wards of the state or totally incompetent and are rejected. Are we clear? Because you must honor your mothers and fathers that your days are recognized by the rest of the nations to be longer or lengthened on the planet Earth, even to be descendable. Dred Scott case, most important slave case ever come before the Supreme Courts of the United States. Come to some court talking about freedom and liberty, claim to be Dred Scott. He's of Asiatic African descent, can't happen. Plaintiff in error. Scholars keep talking racism. Plaintiff in error. And I would like to see another picture up there. Obama coming through the double doors, representing the higher self and the lower self, with Michelle wearing a red dress with the Moorish flag to the left. That's after he had also made the declarations to the committees and to representatives of the nations of the world that the American Constitution is derived from Muslim law.
I also know civilization's debt to Islam. It was Islam that carried the light of learning through so many centuries, paving the way for Europe's Renaissance and Enlightenment. It was innovation in Muslim communities that developed the order of algebra, our magnetic compass and tools of navigation.